There are several sources of revenue out there that artists may not even be aware of, since they spend so much effort and money on the development and production of music. There is a lot more you need to know about, from radio to streaming, TV to download, synchronization to surrounding rights, so you can capture all of your options and earn money. When music is used, the owners of the rights to that piece of music should be rewarded with music royalties. The owners of the rights may be the lyricists, composers, songwriters, recording artists. You should get compensated when your music is played on streaming services like Spotify, Deezer, or Apple Music, as well as when it is aired on radio or television. Simply said, musicians create and record music. The compositions are performed or covered, or these recordings are streamed and played. The owners of the rights are paid. Types of music rights are: master rights. The original audio from a song's recording is known as the master recording. The recording of a composition is the property of the artist, record label, producer, or investor. For a clearly specified amount of time stated in a contract, the master rights may be leased to a record label or other company. When a song is recorded, such as in a studio or live, master rights are immediately established. The master rights are often held by the recording artists, but they may also be leased to a record label or other third party for a time period that is stated in a contract. One thing to keep in mind is that a master right only applies to a recording. Therefore, if you record a different version of a song, it does not maintain the same master right. Publishing rights. Publication rights, also known as songwriting copyrights, are the legal ownership of the lyrics and music composition. They belong to the lyricists, composers, and songwriters. You are always the owner of the publishing rights, whether you write music or lyrics. A music publisher, who will monetize your publishing rights for you, might be granted a license. Type of music royalties. Digital sales, streaming and download royalties. Consumption of digital music has risen steadily over the last few years. According to the IFPI Worldwide Music Report, income from streaming accounted for 67% of the global recorded music industry's total revenue in 2023, despite the fact that the percentage of income from digitally downloaded music is decreasing. Streaming royalties. Artists, record companies, and any other parties involved profit financially every time a track is played on a streaming service such as Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Tidal, and Amazon Music. This profit is made possible by streaming royalties. Download royalties. Although the majority of digital music is still streamed rather than downloaded, download royalties may still make up a significant amount of your revenue from digital sales. The amount that the customer paid for each track when they downloaded it from a digital download site such as iTunes or TrackSource, which is split between the artists and the platforms. Physical sales. Although physical income is still falling, the pace of reduction has slowed down significantly over the last several years. The meaning and function of physical music have changed as a result of the transition from CDs to vinyl or cassettes within this category, becoming collector's goods that you're happy to display to your friends. Mechanical royalties. Compositions are copied when a CD, vinyl record, or cassette is made. The same is true for online streaming and downloads. Any download or stream counts as a music reproduction. Mechanical royalties for the composers and publishers are owed for the reproduction of musical works. These fees are collected by collecting societies like GEMA, SUISA, or other rights management organizations like the Harry Fox Agency on behalf of the rights owners. Performance royalties. A public performance is when you play music in front of an audience or when someone else plays your music. You get royalties for both the composition and the master, such as for live performances such as on TV and radio. Live performances at concerts or festivals are prime examples. Because the composers of each song you play get payment on these occasions, you could be required to provide a track list to the producer or event organizer. Furthermore, background music played at pubs, nightclubs, restaurants, stores is also viewed as a public performance. You could be qualified to collect performance royalties for all of this from your performance rights organization. Neighboring rights royalties. The public performance royalties payable to the owner of the copyright of the sound recording are known as neighboring rights or related rights. Therefore, the master rights holders must be paid when a recording is publicly played or transmitted, and this is done via neighboring rights. Clubs, cafes, TV, radio stations, streaming radios, or any other public place where the music is played might be used as examples. Digital performance royalties. Digital royalties are sums of money given to the owners of recordings in exchange for radio broadcast on services like BBC Radio, Kiss FM, and online radio stations. The featured artists get 45% of the income, the rights holders get 50%, and the unfeatured artists get 5%. Digital or internet radio must get a license from Sound Exchange before using licensed music, and in order for the artist to receive royalties, register with Sound Exchange. Thanks for listening to this episode. Visit our website at musicbusinessguru.co.uk for direct access to our Music Business Encyclopedia, which includes Spotify playlists, artist booking agencies, global publishing companies, talent agencies, and many more useful music industry contacts. Like and subscribe, and let's take your music hustle to the next level.